Hey, how's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to the Diaries of an Average Futures Trader. And I haven't done this in a while, so thank you for joining me today. My goal is to go through my thoughts on the market and share to you how I did 15 minutes after the US market close. So I normally trade the futures, index futures specifically, and a lot of that is just with my familiarity with index funds, which is how I prefer to do my long-term investments, which, believe it or not, I prefer the boring set and forget method. However, on the flip side, I do like to trade actively because that's how I am earning my income. So for today, what I'm showing here is the YM. You can see if we look on the middle here, I actually did not trade anything as far as the YM goes. And the YM is normally what I use to hedge on the account. That's because I decided this morning that I was going to take a break and I wasn't going to actively trade. I still do have my existing MYM. So let me bring up the MYM. So the MYM is what I'm swinging until the contract ends in June 15th. And with that one, pretty much, I've been holding on for a couple of weeks now. And let me just zoom into the numbers here so you can see this a little better. Give me a second. There you go. So you can see that with this MYM, I actually added 5 more contracts towards the bottom today. So towards the bottom there, I added 5 more. So we now have a total of 35. So my average is 33,438. And we were able to recover $2,650 for the day with a PL open of about, close to 3,000. So this is one of those that I'm trying to hold on until June 15th when the contract ends. And what I'm using the YM for is, should I have days where it's going down, that's where I hedge. So it's just a strategy or a method or a system rather that I've been doing that I changed up about 9 months ago, and it's been good for me because I have a tendency to hold on to a lot of losing trades. So something I also wanted to go through today is basically how the market is doing, right? So it's quite an interesting day. A lot of that is because, in the morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was actually at session lows at about negative 100 points or so. And it wasn't tracking the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. So the market really right now, they're being lifted up by the tech stocks. So NASDAQ has been on a run a lot recently. And my worry for this week really is because of the debt ceiling. So one of on the breaking news up here on CNBC says S&P 500 notch its highest close since August because everyone is thinking that the debt ceiling will be resolved. There's a lot of questionable statements that were made on both sides of the aisle last week. That's why the market was a little shaky this week. Now there's a lot more optimism, but I'm on the fence on it because it's not over until it's over. So I'm still going to be very careful, especially tomorrow. And if you're trading for the first time or you're a veteran trader, I also warn or suggest that, hey, be aware of what the upcoming speeches from government officials, anyone from the feds, or if it's a size that you can't handle, definitely make sure to, de-risk a little bit. You should be, if you're trading or swinging actively. Again, this is very different if you're a long-term investor. Long-term investor, I say just don't worry. Your dollar cost average, it'll go up over time. But if you are trading and swinging daily or weekly, if you can't sleep at night based on the number of contracts that you have, that means that you're trading too big and your risk management is not where it's supposed to be. So anyway, that's just my market thoughts. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm really curious if they say that they might find a resolution at the end of the week, or the voting will start early next week, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm just, again, happy for today that, let me show you how I did for the day. Again, for the, not quite working here, apologies. Still trying to get better at doing this live aspect of things. Oh, that's why, okay. Sorry, apologies. How are we doing this? Used to be good at doing. Oh, there we go. So for today, as I mentioned, able to recover $2,668 to bring us back to the green for the week. But if you've been following my journey, the past 3 weeks has been rough for me. So it's not at a status that I'm confident with. And as you can see here, my swing was able to recover 2.6K on there, and I did not trade the YM at all. So that is my content for today. I appreciate your time and supporting my channel. We've been growing quite a bit recently. We actually hit the 4,000 mark number of subscribers here. We're at 4.13K subscribers, so quite happy with that. And I will see you on the next one, and be on the lookout for my account statement review tomorrow, which I release every Friday on how I actually did on the market. All right, y'all have a good one, and see you in the next one.